Alright guys, and welcome back to Dragon Age Origins. Today we are going to be doing the Dwarf walkthrough, their tutorial, and how they begin. Alright, so without further ado, let's jump into the next series. Before we start our walkthrough, we have three more left actually. We're going to do both of the dwarves, and then at some point in time I will do the mage. I'm not really looking forward to doing the mage, so I'm going to hold that off for a minute.
The Chantry teaches us that it is the hubris of men which brought the Darkspawn into our world. The mages had sought to usurp heaven, but instead they destroyed it. They were cast out, twisted and cursed by their own corruption. They returned as monsters, the first of the Darkspawn. They became a blight upon the lands, unstoppable and relentless. The Dwarven kingdoms were the first to fall, and from the deep roads, the Darkspawn drove at us again and again, until finally we neared annihilation. Until the Grey Wardens came. Men and women from every race, warriors and mages, barbarians and kings. The Grey Wardens sacrificed everything to stem the tide of darkness, and prevailed. It has been 4 centuries since that victory, and we have kept our vigil. We have watched and waited for the Darkspawn to return. But those who once called us heroes have forgotten. We are few now, and our warnings have been ignored for too long. For I have seen with my own eyes what lies on the horizon. Maker, help us all.
Okay, so we are going to jump in with the Dwarf. We're just going to keep doing Warrior for all of these and just run through. We'll do the Dwarf Commoner first. Skip through it. Alright,
Deep beneath the Frostback Mountains sits Orzammar, largest and proudest of the two remaining dwarven cities. Once the seat of an underground empire, Orzammar now stands alone, cut off from the world by the Darkspawn, still clinging to the memory of its former glory. Below the vast statues and gilded halls where the noble families play at politics, the lower castes live in their shadows, scurrying to serve like their ancestors before them. Below that is you. You are casteless, the dirty secret staining Orzammar's perfect society, forced, along with your sister, to sell your services to the crime lord Barat. To the rest of Orzammar, you are proof that the casteless deserve their fate. But you know you do what you have to, the same as everyone, just to survive.
I can't keep gambling on you forever, Precious. You've got a sweet look, something to light a man on fire. But you gotta make it count.
Please, Barat. Can we not do this in front of my brother?
Why not? He knows the slope of the land, don't you, boy? Listen to the kid. He knows the deal you made. He lays low and does whatever jobs I don't want to risk anyone valuable on. In return, I put out coins so you can doll yourself up and get a belly full of some nobleman's brats. Then you both go free, and I get to join the family and be called my lord for the rest of the little prince's life. Checking on my investments, and right now, they don't bear much gold. I'm giving you another week, Precious. If you haven't found a patron, you're back to sweeping streets.
But I have. I've met someone. That is, I didn't want to promise, but he seemed interested.
Your buddy Lesky's waiting outside. He knows what I'll need from you today. Don't even think about bungling this job. Your whole family's on loose sand with me right now. And I know you don't have anywhere else to turn.
I'm sorry you had to see that. You know how desperate the nobles are for more children? They can barely field enough soldiers to hold the walls against the Darkspawn. If I could give one of them a son, the whole house would celebrate. And we'd all be raised up to noble caste to join the family. It's what Barat's betting on. That's why he paid for my clothes, my voice lessons. He wants to share the reward.
Stay out of trouble. I'll see you tonight.
Okay, so obviously right there at that point in time, anybody wishing to actually learn more about this walkthrough, or not this walkthrough, excuse me, the dwarf in this area, obviously you could speak to her way more and learn way more about it. I'm not going to sit here and do all of the dialogue with everybody because that would make this video extremely too long. This is just a very base, crude run through.
About sodding time. I was starting to think I'd have to bust in and get an eyeful of that spicy sister of yours. Growl. And people wonder where that grumpy old dwarf image comes from. But fine. Boss says we're out for a search and discipline. One of his smugglers is holding out on him. Name's Oskias. Some surfacer. Barat got word that he's been selling shipments topside that never make it to Barat's ears down here. He wants us to find the rotter and see what goods he's holding back. All he told me is find him. Duster's got some family from the merchant caste. He's probably staying near their quarters. Poetry to my ears, Selraka.
Okay, so we're gonna go find somebody that owes somebody some shit. So, obviously this is the, kind of the slums of the dwarven cities. Again, obviously if you wanted to, you could run through all of this and go find a bunch of stuff. The dwarves do tend to have more,
My boy needs medicine. The doctor said he
fancy
won't live
items
without it.
than anybody else. It's kind of just based on which route you pick. Again, you have to decide what you want to do. So obviously, if you have rogue, you get to find more. You get to loot more chests. Excuse me, and venture into places that need you to pick locks. And this is the more commoner area where you can go buy some stuff.
Who found traces of Bronca in the deep runs.
Actually, I think I might have went too far. Here we go.
Found her body, did they?
No, tools. Signs of camp, things like that.
Paragon or not, Bronca's dead. Been gone.
That was the quest list for anybody who doesn't know.
We're smiling on my bets today. Another round for the...
Hey, I was saving that seat.
That's real thoughtful, Oscius. It's tiring work looking for you.
How do you know my name? Look, I always been loyal to Barat. He's been good to my family. I know how much I owe him. Wait, I do have some lyrium. It's just ore. I made a side deal with one of the mining families. If it worked out, I was gonna bring Barat his cut, I swear. I'd be crazy not to.
Suicidal, one might say.
Not long. I mean, I'm not cheating him. I mean, this is my first time. Oh, please don't kill me. I've got a lot of lyrium. Maybe we could work something out. Share and share alike. I don't got any coin myself. I make that topside, but you can take the ore, sell it, maybe get enough to get out of this nest. What do you say? I got buyers up top who'll take me down fast if I turn up empty. Please, I can give you one nugget. That's a lot of silvers.
With pleasure. Could everyone who isn't about to die please turn around for a moment? This may be unpleasant. Thank you.
You can't do this. Help! Call the guardsmen! This is murder!
You two let me know if you need anything. I'll be in the back.
It's just a bunch of rocks. You're gonna kill me for that? Then let me go. Tell Barat you killed me. I can run to the surface. He's never got to hear of me again. I'll give you the lyrium. Do whatever you want with it. Give it to Barat. Sell it yourself. I don't care. No!
Well, obviously, you at this point in time, you could have got the lyrium or whatever from him, and then obviously you'd be on the good side of Barat or whatever his name is, or you could kill him. Choice is yours.
They say the warriors It shall be done. Order shall be given.
And doing certain stuff like that, it does change the game to a certain degree. The situations and the decisions you make in the game do change the outcome of a lot of different things. So kind of think about what you're going to do before you go doing it. Obviously, at this point in time, we made our choice and we killed the gentleman. Now, what you could have done is taken Illyrium and made it like you killed him, and he just ran away. You didn't have a body, blah 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 blah. Blah. But obviously, that's just a little bit of a task to do, and I forget if the guy actually And I'm pretty sure you just lied to Barat, and the guy goes with you because you split it half and half. I can't remember, but another good thing about stuff like that is if you save the game prior, you can figure out how both routes lead and then make your own decision just based upon what you personally feel is better for yourself. But you know,
This place is
everybody's got to
darker
make
than
those
knows.
choices for themselves.
The king is old. His rule won't hold much longer.
Prince Balin seems far more sympathetic to our interests than Trian.
Balin has some tastes of his own that he knows I can provide. We'll finish this later. It's about time you two showed up. What happened with Ascaius? What kind of rot are you trying to feed me?
He told us he'd be putting together a side deal for Lyrium, but he'd already sold it.
Very interesting. Seeing how my cousin happened to be at the tapsters this afternoon. And he says he saw more than one lyrium nugget changing hands before that duster hit the tiles. Jarvia, search them. They got anything that looks like more coin than they're worth, take it. I'm going to give you one more chance. One job. You split on this one, and you and your sweet sister are both out on the street. Not if you know what's healthy for you. This one, I want you invisible. The Warrior Cast is hosting a proving today. All the best fighters, last man standing, you know the sort of thing. They're showing off for some Grey Warden who's looking for candidates to drag off to a life of eternal glory. Now, it's not often we get every named fighter in Orzammar lined up like that. And I have certain acquaintances who take an interest in this sort of thing. Are you out of your big hollow skull? No brand's allowed to hold steel in the proving ring. It would be an insult to the ancestors.
Not to mention the conceit of the Warrior Cast.
I just want you to make certain the right man wins. There's a lot of coin to be made when people get the fever up. Favorite fighter's an officer named Minar, veteran of 4 Darkspawn campaigns. Everd's a long shot. Just got back from a deep roads offensive. Some young buck who has all the ladies drooling. I've got a lot of money riding on him. Mine and other people's. I expect to see that 8-to-1 pay off. Understand? The fight only gets announced to contestants themselves to prevent illegal gambling. So first, you'll have to find a Verd, see who he's fighting and when. When the name Minar comes up, I want you to slip this drug into the bastard's water. It'll slow his reflexes, just enough to take the edge off, not enough to show. It wears off quickly, so don't use it until just before his fight. You bet you will. Here's your pass to get on the grounds. The proving starts as soon as the clock strikes. And when I say I have coin on this, I'm not talking about some pittance, like the value of your life. If I don't see a Verd's name on the winner's sheet, you'd better make sure I never see you or your sister ever again.
Alright, so let's go ahead and do that. And that was kind of an example. You could choose to lie to him and try to persuade him. Obviously, you need a little bit more persuasion skill to do that, which is I think it is cunning. Yeah. But yeah. So pretty much you just kind of gotta make your decisions on what you want to do, and that really goes for any of the people you can play as. You gotta just decide
I assume this
how
pile
you
of
want to
worthless
play
junk
and
belongs
what
to
you
you.
want to do.
You realize it's in the way and that the patrols will not be able to come through?
Turn around, Brand. No castless on the grounds. Looks legitimate. Go on through then. But stay to the trenches. Grey Wardens don't need some eyesore getting between them and the fighters.
So, but yeah, you can do different stuff like that. Obviously, again, the persuasion is really just for people who go up in the cunning, mainly rogues. Another thing that has to do with that is just like the other guy that we killed earlier. Um, sometimes you're gonna have to fight people when you do stuff like that, and it might not be the person that you want to kill.
Stone's
So
Embrace.
you just
That's one
have
of
to
them. Or the
decide
Grey
what you
Wardens.
want to do and then make your choice.
Oh, I dare you to go over and talk to him. Say, welcome to Orzammar, Warden, sir. May I drink your bathwater?
Oh, sweetheart.
Sod it. He's stone drunk. He could draw a dead man for his bout and still lose. Oh, Barat's gonna kill us if we slip up on this. He's still mad about the time I accidentally told that barkeep Barat had demanded free ale delivered to my door. Hey, I just had an idea. That's much better than my idea. I was gonna say we should go up in the stands and start a rock slide, but you're brilliant. You'll be a Verd. You'll go out in his armor, keep down the visor, and fight in his name. He wins, Barat wins, everybody wins. Except all the warrior caste braggarts you leave kissing dust. I, Sodding, love the way you think, my friend. I was afraid Barat was going to kill us. You've got a heart of steel, Selraka. Get in the armor.
Bout 3 is next. Officer Minar versus the warrior Averd. Fighters, report to the ring.
No more time. Make sure you have everything and go tell the Proving Guard you're ready to fight. And don't forget to keep your helmet down.
Alright, so, like I said, now we've decided that we are going to fight in his stead and go ahead and kill the guy. So, here we go.
Combatants only.
Oh, well, we gotta go get his stuff. I forget where that is. Feel like it's probably in his room and I just missed it. Just do a quick little, oh, yep. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump over here and let's go do this. The fun part about this is that I don't think you get to keep these items. I could be wrong, but
May fortune favor your fight, Averd. Are you ready? As you say.
This
we will
is
see.
a glory proving, fought under the watchful eyes of the paragons of Orzammar, for our honored guests, the Grey Warden. The warrior Averd, son of Galton, will fight Officer Minar, survivor of the battle at Kar Ellerin.
You honor me with this fight. May the stone show the boldest heart through the strongest arm.
First warrior to fall is vanquished. Fight! Damn you!
Damn. And ta-da, we win. Next.
The winner is Eved! A truly memorable fight. The young cadet vanquishes the wily veteran. Healer, see to his injury.
Kind of sad. Oh, well, actually, I guess they don't die.
Son of Galton will fight last year's Journeyman Division champion, Adalbo, proven in glory before the stone.
Couple fights. Things are going to get interesting.
Fight. May we both win glory in the eyes of our lords.
First warrior to fall is vanquished. Fight!
Who's begun?
Pretty sure this stuff is kind of rigged so you do win, but this is kind of another little look at future points. That's weapons and armor you can get, obviously.
The ancestors have withdrawn their blessings and embraced a new champion on their field. The warrior Eved, son of Galton, will fight Lenka, silent sister in training. She has made her vows, but not completed her blooding. Will she be accepted into the legendary order? That will depend on her performance today. First warrior to fall is vanquished. Fight!
Awesome. So another quick win, pretty easy. Bam, bam.
The winner is Eved!
Again, I'm sorry, it's kind of slow. This is still the tutorial, obviously, so.
As befits her vows, but it wasn't hard to see the blood that was spilled. Eved will advance to the final bout.
A lot more
The true
story,
of the ring
less gameplay.
What? I'm out already? Hey! That's my armor! Who are you? How dare you disrupt this sacred...
Wait, I know that man. That's Eved. Then what imposter did I fight?
Remove your helmet, warrior, and let all who watch you see your face. Your skills are impressive, but you are one man. Show yourself, lest I call the guards and have them do it for you.
Alright, so now we get to... Aw, we might not be able to fight them all. Hopefully.
Castless! You insult the very nature of this proving. Guards, take this filth away.
Hold your man, I pray you. This warrior has defeated the best you have to offer. Is that not what this proving is for?
We are honored by your presence, Warden. But this proving is not solely for you. There are laws which have governed this arena for 1,000 years. This man is no warrior. He is casteless, rejected by the ancestors. His very footsteps pollute the stone. He has no place here.
Except as your champion.
Alright, so there we go. Pretty sure that part is kind of regular for this storyline for the dwarf. Pretty sure you gotta go in his stead and fight. You just change, obviously, whether or not you wanna take off your helmet or not.
Are you awake yet? Psst. Can you hear me? How hard did they sodding hit you anyway? Did you have to put up such a fight? As soon as everyone saw your face, Brand, the place went mad. Shut all the doors, examined everyone for family and caste. One of the guards recognized me and figured we must be working together. They burned 3 candles to the stump interrogating me about who put us up to this. I think they knew, you know, about Barat. You think I didn't look for a way out? Rika's not the only one in danger here. They could kill us. But these cells are built straight into the wall. And they confiscated all my lockpicks. What's it look like on your side? You see any way out?
Good, you're awake. Barat will be glad to hear that.
Alright, let's go ahead and
You caused a lot of trouble today.
figure out what's going on here.
100 sovereigns for Lord Volney. The entire proving was declared invalid, and the Assembly already called for an investigation. You can't imagine the state Barat was in when he told me to get you. All he needs to know is that you exposed him before the entire warrior caste. Now they're asking questions, and as long as you have tongues to answer them, you're a threat. Enjoy
Well,
your last night together, boys.
guess we get to kill Barat now.
Barat will be by soon to make sure you maintain your silence.
Pretty sure you gotta kill Barat anyway.
Leave off with your noise. You're giving me a headache. Where? I don't see nothing wrong. Gee. Hey, what the...
Shall be done. As you say.
If we want to get away with this, we can't leave one man alive to tell Barat what we've done.
Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and attach some stuff for us to get ourselves all nice and taken care of. Jump that. Okay, that's fine. Let me switch over to you so you got stuff too. Bam. Oh. Alright. Now, let's run through this. Get this nice and done real quick. Oh, can't go that way.
It has begun. Shall be done.
we might lose here. Didn't really think they were all gonna run out. That sucks. Alright, let's try that again.
Leave off with your noise. You're giving me a headache. Where? I don't see nothing wrong. Gee. Hey, what the?
I shall do it. As you say.
Get away with this? We can't leave one man alive to tell Barat what we've done.
Okay, level up here real quick. So, but yeah, you know, these are kind of the unfortunate thing about starting the game. It does start off very slow, like, you know, like I said, you got about 45 minutes of gameplay that you have to kind of play through before you can actually get to the next station. And probably the worst part about it is the fact that you actually have to do this. There's not really a way around it.
Let us end this. Quickly, we must fight. For the rules, it shall be done.
Okay, so now that went a lot better. Let's go ahead and we can fight the last two people now. I guess they're not here. Oh, there they are.
As you say. Now we do battle. You've got my back, right? Shall be done. No quarter shall be given.
My fist. Fist? Kind of face.
For the fools, eh?
So. But the good thing is that, you know, going through all these, you do get the ability to actually, you know, go in the full tutorial of the game, and you get to learn how everything's played. Plus, you get the chance to figure out what kind of style of gameplay you want to play, whether or not you want to do two-handed, you want to do a sword and a shield, you want to do bows, or a combination of both, plus then also obviously using a sword and shield, and then I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, the dual wielding eventually allows you to use a sword and a sword, but that is a little bit of a guess right now. So I also think, if I'm not mistaken, dwarves are the only people that can't actually use magic, so you have to pick an elf or a human if you would like to use magic.
As you say.
Come on, let's show them what.
And again, obviously, you could loot all the bodies and really stack up on stuff, and then once you get to close to the end of this, you could even take his stuff back from him so you have it when you get to the next place to sell it, and then keep what you want, obviously. But again, it's personal preference on how you want to play the game.
I shall do it.
You're gonna have to move quicker than that.
Must fight. Let us go quickly. We fight for honor.
Bam. Okay. Oh, and I'm pretty sure I said that on a different video, that when your companions die, they're dead for good. That's actually not the case. They actually don't die for good. They just die until the fight's over, and then they get back up. And again, I know it's a little slow right now, and it might not be that interesting for some people, but again, this isn't going to be the full walkthrough. This is kind of just giving everybody the example and the playthrough of what the different classes are and the different people. So you actually get a chance to look at all of them if you don't want to play all of them yourself.
Cutting the whore free. If that turncoat brother of hers doesn't know his place, I don't need precious Rika either.
Rika? That the one you got all done up in lace? I've been wanting to get my hands on that.
I know what you mean. She's yours if you want her, boys. And let me tell you, it tastes as good as it looks. What in sod all is that doing out of its cage? Let's teach this little duster a lesson.
You're gonna regret being born.
As you say. Don't fail. Quickly, we must fight!
Show no mercy, boy.
So, but here we are. Barat is almost dead, and then we will go ahead and just kind of get through this. I think we might hit a cutscene right here. No? No? Huh. Oh,
Did you
yep.
see him there all when we're done with you? And you just charged in and sodding slaughtered him. You have to be the luckiest duster in Orzammar. Barat's dead, and we're standing here. Hail to the sodding king! Oh, he was begging, all right. That look of utter surprise on his face when he tasted his own blood. That was as close to begging as Barat gets. Whoa. Don't push it, Salraka. Barat kept his place by making sure it was always dusters like us who took the fall. Right now, half of Orzammar knows who you are. We've got to lay low for a while. Fortunately, if Barat's got them trained like he says, it should be a good long time before any guardsmen turn up here.
Very well.
Showing you guys some loot that you can pick up after you kill people. Again, too, obviously you could go here and then you can get into different areas. I'm just not gonna rush or through showing anybody any of that. It's kind of just up to you once you, if you decide to play the game, which I do recommend. The game is really fun. Like I said, it is a little bit of slow going at first once you start playing, but at the minute you get past the initial tutorial or walkthrough, it's pretty quick and everything goes just right along.
There they are! Seize the fugitives! Drop your weapons and walk down slowly. We will use force if you resist. He's dead? Barat had many enemies, but also powerful allies.
Barat would have butchered us if he hadn't killed him first.
Your friend has once again demonstrated his courage. We Grey Wardens travel far and wide in search of those with the potential to join our ranks. It seems I have found one. Let me make my offer formal. I, Duncan of the Grey Wardens, extend the invitation for you to join our order.
This man is a criminal. You can't do this.
I can, and I am. It would mean traveling to the surface lands and thus leaving your people. But it does offer you the chance to strike a blow against the Darkspawn and the Blight. Then before these witnesses, I hereby recruit you into the Grey Wardens. Know that you are most welcome.
This is highly irregular. The warrior families will be most upset.
Look at you, you duster. A warden. To think I knew you were stealing bread.
Before we brave the deep roads, I would like to make you a gift of this mace, since you have so few possessions of your own. It was once wielded by the Warden Forel Iduka. I believe he was related to your king. I know you will continue his proud example. Goodbye, my friends, and thank you for your hospitality.
Bam, and there it is. I do indeed believe that's the end of it. Yep. But yeah, see, like I said, everything is pretty much just based on how you play it and what you want to do.
We will be traveling south through the hinterlands to the ruin of Ostagar, on the edges of the Korkari Wilds. The Tevinter Imperium built Ostagar long ago to prevent the Wilders from invading the northern lowlands. It's fitting we make our stand here, even if we face a different foe within that forest. The King's forces have clashed with the Darkspawn several times, but here is where the bulk of the Horde will show itself. There are only a few Grey Wardens within Ferelden at the moment, but all of us are here. This blight must be stopped, here and now. If it spreads to the north, Ferelden will fall.
Ho there, Duncan.
King Kalen. I didn't expect
a royal welcome? I was beginning to worry you'd miss all the fun.
Not if I could help it, Your Majesty.
Then I'll have the mighty Duncan at my side in battle after all. Glorious. The other wardens told me you'd found a promising recruit. I take it this is he?
Allow me to introduce you, Your Majesty.
There's no need to be so formal, Duncan. We'll be shedding blood together after all. Ho there, friend. Might I know your name? Pleased to meet you. The Grey Wardens are desperate to bolster their numbers, and I, for one, am glad to help them. It's good to see one of the honorable stout folk outside Orzammar. I've always wanted to learn more. Perhaps you could enlighten me sometime. I do. I'll make sure to have the finest dwarven brew brought up from the palace cellars. After we've dealt with the Blight, of course. I've been to Orzammar. King Endrin invited my father to a grand proving long ago. How does Endrin fare these days? Good. I hope to work with him as well as my father did. Allow me to be the first to welcome you to Ostagar. The Wardens will benefit greatly with you in their ranks. I'm sorry to cut this short, but I should return to my tent. Loghain waits eagerly to bore me with his strategies.
Your uncle sends his greetings and reminds you that Redcliffe forces could be here in less than a week.
Ha! Eamon just wants in on the glory. We've won 3 battles against these monsters, and tomorrow should be no different. I'm not even sure this is a true blight. There are plenty of darkspawn on the field, but alas, we've seen no sign of an archdemon.
Disappointed, Your Majesty?
I'd hoped for a war like in the tales. A king riding with the fabled Grey Wardens against a tainted god. But I suppose this will have to do. I must go before Loghain sends out a search party. Farewell, Grey Wardens.
Okay, so
what the king said is true. They've won several battles against the darkspawn here. True. Despite the victories so far, the darkspawn horde grows larger with each passing day. By now, they look to outnumber us. I know there is an archdemon behind this, but I cannot ask the king to act solely on my feeling. Yes, we should proceed with the ritual. Feel free to explore the camp here as you wish. All I ask is that you do not leave it for the time being. There is another Grey Warden in the camp by the name of Alistair. When you're ready, seek him out and tell him it's time to summon the other recruits. Until then, I have business I must attend to. You may find me at the Grey Warden tent on the other side of this bridge, should you need to.
alright, so at this point in time, that completes the tutorial for the Dwarf of the castless Dwarf, the Commoner. Hope you guys enjoyed. Again, I know there's not a lot of talking, and it was kind of split up about quite a lot, and you know, probably isn't the most exciting for some people. But again, this is just a tutorial of the different starts for all the different characters and what comes of all of it. And, you know, once I finish all this, we will start the walkthroughs. So, alright guys, I'll catch you all in the next one. Y'all have a good one. Bye-bye.